What's going on YouTube? It's your boy camATL. Shout out to the DFS squad. Shout out to everybody watching this video right now. Drop a like down below because I already know you're gonna love it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you guys for joining me as always. Comment anything in the comment section to enter your name into the $50 giveaway that I do every single week on this channel. We are looking great for last night's slate on Greenlight DFS right now, so let's go ahead and get straight into this one. All right, so we're doing a great job on yesterday's. Shout out to everybody who's been joining me on the live shows. I've been having a ton of fun with you guys. If you haven't joined us yet, make sure you try to do that. Hit the notification bell so it lets you know when I go live. Normally, I will start my live show between 3 and 3:30 p.m. Central every single day of the week. You definitely want to check that out and come join us. Also, we have an early and a main slate for this Wednesday. We got a nice size early slate, a nice size main slate. So it's an amazing day for DFS. As you guys know by now, greenlightdfs.com. If you join before the early slate, you will get the early and the main for the price of one. So you're pretty much getting the main slate for free if you join before the early. All right? All right, guys, let's go ahead and get straight into this. Now, as you can see on my screen, I already have the high five on here, but let's explain why. Starting off at pitcher, my favorite pitcher is Noah Syndergaard. Now, Noah Syndergaard is 10,000. He will be going against a San Diego team that has a lot of righties. All right, the San Diego offense has its moments where it hits very, very well. It does good. But in this situation against a righty like Syndergaard, who's got such a great K rate, and I saw some news earlier, I read up on it earlier about how he's thrown 47 sliders in his last two starts, with both starts have been incredible, by the way. He's done great his last two starts. He's hot right now. 47 sliders. Not one of those sliders has been touched. So his slider is working amazing right now. And if he keeps that up, he's going to be striking out a ton of guys. And against San Diego here, where he'll face a lot of righties, which that righty slider is going to be deadly against them. I definitely like Noah Syndergaard at 10,000. Next up, now there's two guys you can go as SP2. Okay, you can go Zach Gallen or Ronaldo Lopez. Now let me explain to you why I leaned Ronaldo. Ronaldo is going against a Miami team where he's going to have the platoon advantage against about 7 batters. He's going to face about 7 righties, okay? Compared to Gallen, probably facing about 3 righties, okay? So he's got the platoon advantage over 7 compared to Gallen over 3, all right? The matchup is good on both sides, so that's not a big deal, and you get the savings for Ronaldo. So Ronaldo Lopez is a guy who, he's not an amazing pitcher by no means, but he can show up in good matchups. This righty-righty matchup having the platoon advantage over 7 Miami Marlin bats. Miami is already not a great offense. He's pitching at home in Chicago. I'm leaning Ronaldo over Zach Gallen, but I can't fault you for either one. But definitely keep in mind that Ronaldo's the one with the slightly better matchup here. Gallen hasn't had any huge breakout games yet. He's kind of just been consistent and getting through. This is his best matchup against the White Sox that he's had this season so far. But Ronaldo is a guy who has been here a lot longer than Gallen. He's just, he feels better to me, and he's cheaper, and he's got that platoon advantage over a lot of people. And Miami's offense sucks. Both of these offenses suck. It's going to be kind of a spot where you want to get pitching for sure. Next up, Brian Dozier at 3.9. Now, he's one of the guys on this Washington offense that you can get at a fair price going against a bad Kyle Freeland. Okay, they're going to be playing a doubleheader tomorrow. They'll play in the early slate and the main slate. They're going to be playing a doubleheader. We got to kind of see how the lineups go because, sometimes in those situations, guys won't play in the later one. But if Brian Dozier's playing in the main slate, righty-lefty against Freeland, Dozier throughout his career has historically hit lefties better than righties. So I love Brian Dozier at 3.9. Gives us some Washington exposure in a matchup where I love Washington against Freeland a lot right here. So Brian Dozier, 3.9. Lock them in. Next up, both of these guys mash lefties. We have the lefty mashing twins as the next guys in the high five. Nolan Arenado at only 4.8. We're get him under 5K. Now I get it. He's not in course. But regardless of where they're playing, this is a guy who has absolutely crushed left-handed pitching. Now I get it. Corbin's not a horrible pitcher, but Arenado's just in a great spot here. He sees lefties very, very well, and he's only 4.8. Like I said, again, with Nolan Arenado, you're going to want to look at the lineup. Keep an eye on it because sometimes the second one can be watered down. So keep an eye on it. Make sure he's in the lineup. But I'm expecting him to be in the lineup. Righty-lefty against Corbin. I love him at 4.8. All right. And by the way, Corbin's a good pitcher, but he can definitely get touched up. So don't overthink it and think that he's just unstoppable he can definitely get touched up here for sure. And there's some guys on this team like Story and Arenado who have proven throughout their entire careers that they can kill lefties. All right, last but not least, Nelson Cruz mashes lefties. The second part of this lefty mashing duo, Nelson Cruz is a beast. At 4'9", we're getting a guy who I'm expecting a dinger from here. Love him at home in Minnesota against the lefty J.A. Happ, who can give up some hard contact to righties. So Nelson Cruz, 4'9", yes, please. And that's it. Noah Syndergaard, Renato Lopez, Brian Dozier, Nolan Arenado, and Nelson Cruz is the high five. Now you know what time it is. It's time for the dinger calls. Now I'm going to give you about 10 guys that I think are in great positions to hit home runs. Real quick before I get into that, there is one guy I wanted to make sure I remember to mention to you guys. At first base, Lucas Duda. Okay? He's been in and out of the lineup. I believe he's been out of the lineup 5 of the last 6 games, so they're playing him really on a situational basis. Against Julio Teheran, Teheran is known to struggle against lefties, so I'm thinking they're going to play him in the lineup here. And at 2.7, he's a great salary saver for you guys. All right? Lucas Duda at 2.7, I wanted to mention him. He's always a threat to hit a home run, and at 2.7, if he gets you a home run, you're already ahead of the pack very nicely. All right? And Teheran struggles versus lefties, so just keep that in your mind. Now, let's get to the dinger calls. Starting it off, now these guys can be in the early slate or the main slate. You guys know how I do it. I just rattle off the guys I like and they're from the all-day slate. Okay, so starting it off, Joey Gallo, lefty-righty against Mike Leake. Love him. Cody Bellinger against Jamie Barria. Not sure if I'm saying his name right, but great matchup. Dude gives up tons of hard contact. Next up, we got Christian Yelich and Mike Moustakas. I love both these Milwaukee guys in this matchup against Lucas Sims. Next up, we got Jock Peterson, Max Muncy. Again, the Dodgers are in a good spot for power here. And then Nolan Arenado, Trevor Story are both great options as well. I'm going to go with Pete Alonso for sure in that matchup. Nelson Cruz, Rhys Hoskins, and now let me give you a few more. Let me see here. Bryce Harper, lefty-righty against Jordan Zimmerman is a great matchup as well. And then I'm going to go with... Actually, that's it. I think that's it. And then Lucas Duda, obviously, against Julio Teheran. I'm calling that cheap dong, guys. All right, good luck, everybody. Like the video down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Comment anything in the comment section to enter your name into the $50 giveaway. Thank you for joining me as always. Come join me on that live show between 3 p.m. Central and 3:30 p.m. Central. Any questions you have, kind of collect them throughout the day and just unload them on me in the live show. All I do is sit on the live show and answer y'all's questions, give you the reasons behind why I like certain guys in my answers, and kind of just break things down for you guys and answer your questions specifically. All right? Anyways, thank you.